Sunshines, and welcome to the Kickstarter video for Take a Stroll With Me, a collection of poetry that is rooted in fairy tale whimsy and that celebrates joy as an act of defiance. By me, Mallory Shoemaker. So what is this Kickstarter all about? Well, first of all, it is a physical poetry book. That is the absolute heart and cornerstone of this project. But it's also a little bit more than that. I'm seeking to create a poetry experience, if you will. So along with that physical book, there's also a digital version of this book, which is exactly the same. The only difference is that the digital one won't be signed. And then there's also an audiobook element. And if all goes according to plan, sometime towards the end of the year, we will also have an in-person launch party for the book, which all backers will automatically be invited to, of course. Those of you who have been following along probably know that I actually tried to fund this project on Kickstarter 2 years ago, and I was unsuccessful. That was really disheartening for me at first because I have successfully participated and helped lead no fewer than 7 projects across the finish line here on Kickstarter, and I'm such an avid backer of projects on Kickstarter as well. But with a little bit of time and a step away, I realized some of the mistakes I made along the way. I had centered the project a little bit too much on other people when it really isn't a community project. It's taken so many different forms and gone down so many different paths and had starts and stops over the 10 years that I've been working on it. As I started to approach it again with new eyes, I realized that one of the things I needed to do was allow this to be more of myself spilling onto paper in front of all of you. And in the ever-changing landscape of Instagram and the Instagram poet, I wasn't entirely sure where me and my poetry fit in. My poetry isn't always hyper real, and it doesn't always slap you in the face with a cause or a message. It's more rooted in escapism and metaphors and fairy tale whimsy. And it wasn't until I started working on this project again but a few months ago that I realized the message that I was trying to portray with this book. And that is joy as an act of defiance. As a queer person, choosing joy and creating spaces of joy is an act of defiance, and it is a rebellion, and that's where my poetry fits in. It doesn't try to be something that it isn't. It doesn't want to make things too literal. It wants to give you a place to escape into, a place of fairy tale whimsy, to see the world through a different set of eyes, or to find comfort or escapism. There is always room for joy. I have found that to be true in my life, and my wish is that it is also true for yours. But at the core, this collection shows my joy in the face of many hardships, and a lot of these poems were written through a time and through a life of overcoming sadness and darkness by choosing my own joy. My collaborators this round are much more simple. One of them is Sarah Goldstadt. She is an incredible book designer and graphic designer who has come on to lay my project out and is currently in the process of putting together some sample pages for me right now as I record this video. And then my friend Daniel McConville is the other collaborator I want to share with all of you. He is the producer of the audiobook version of Take a Stroll With Me and is also one half of the incredible pop punk band Sea and Sky. I've collaborated with him and his beautiful wife, their band, on many of their projects so far, and so to have him as a part of this collaboration process with me was so special. We've actually already recorded it and it's being mixed right now, and I'm losing my mind. I cried the first time that I heard it. One incredibly important collaborator in this project though is all of you. So that's where you come in. This is where Kickstarter and the Kickstarter community and all of my wonderful soon-to-be backers come in. At the end of the day, it's expensive to pull something like this off. The long story short is that I'm not trying to make any money at this project. I'm actually just trying to cover the costs of producing the book, and I'm trying to pay the collaborators that have taken part in the project with me so far. If you can support me monetarily in making this dream a reality, thank you so much. Or whether that's supporting me socially by resharing something that I post online, or telling your friends and family or somebody on the subway about my project, thank you so much. It truly means the world to me. I'm going to end by reading you one of the poems that is in this collection, and I feel like it is one of the best showcases of everything I've been trying to explain and describe about what this project is. Hopeful, hopeful firefly. Sunshine of my heart, come back, come out to play. Happiness of gray, spilled open to impart. At long last, welcome back, dear muse, my most welcomed inspiration. The wondrousness causation, my joy in all dear hues. Be charming in the moment, be daring in descent. Sweet love, so strong and potent, with thoughts anew, unspent. Let joy and laughter fill your cup when offered in atonement. 'Twas when the shapeless tree was bent, then warm came bubbling up. Gentle, gentle butterfly, in the case of hope amend. Hopeful, hopeful firefly, my good and dearest friend. I couldn't do this without you, and I am so incredibly excited to bring this project to life with all of your help. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.